Hello, everyone. I'm Karan Kashyap. I'm an undergrad and graduate school alum from Computer Science Department at MIT. So Posh is a vertical AI company. We focus on the financial services segment of the market. And we've developed a pretty comprehensive AI platform. We develop multiple different solutions for financial services organizations. Today, I'm going to highlight a couple of our solutions. One is an AI-powered knowledge management system. The other is an AI-powered help center. The knowledge management system is for employees. The help center is for customers or potential customers. So the challenges that we often see working with a lot of our bank and financial services customers, they have a lot of issues with employee retention and knowledge retention. There's constant turnover, whether it's frontline staff or even back office staff. Retaining employees, hiring employees is a challenge. We see continuing elevation of customer experience. Historically, it was okay for a bank to have, not great customer experience. Today, it's no longer about the bank that you're competing with down the street. It's about, the next generation fintech companies or the experiences customers are having with Amazon and Uber and other companies as well. And lastly, we've seen a lot of attempts at self-service in financial services. Those have all been kind of the previous generation of self-service tools, so non-AI powered, non-personalized. And we think that self-service is still very promising. Just the way that you do it has to be modernized. So one of the things that we're really targeting that's really rampant across financial services organizations is legacy search or keyword search. Whether it's internal knowledge, customer knowledge, there's a lot of unstructured information, but it's not really accessed in an intelligent way. So the first one we're going to talk about today is our AI-powered knowledge management system, using AI to not only provide better answers based on documentation, but also using AI to actually help author documentation, analyze documentation against regulatory compliant sources. So if regulations change, can we quickly use an AI agent to analyze against your policies and procedures and flag if something is now non-compliant within your policy or procedure base, right? So this is an example of the experience of the tool here. You can see a user can ask a natural language question, just like you might with ChatGPT. We cite source documentation. We actually open up the source documentation and allow you to actually see the chunks or segments within the documents where the answer was actually pulled from. So you can see here automatic scrolling and highlighting of that information. We also allow for the ability to ask follow-up questions in a conversational manner. So if you want to dig into a particular question, can you ask a more detailed question? This is good for new hires who don't know how to ask the right question. Instead of having to try over and over, you can just clarify what you meant, really have a conversation with the knowledge. So a lot of this stuff, it's pretty obvious that tools like ChatGPT can be powerful, but we're bringing this into an agentic application even for the management side of knowledge, regulatory compliance checks, document authoring and maintenance, and so forth. So on the customer-facing side, let's pivot there. You can see an example here. This is a virtual assistant that we have with a bank here in New England. So it's kind of powered by more LLM and agentic applications as well. But I want to show you our customer-facing help center solution. So very similar to what you saw on the employee side, but a lot of our customers have search bars on their websites, in their mobile applications, digital banking applications. And typically when people use search bars, they don't get an answer. They get a bunch of results back. And the results are usually very annoying to have to go through, and there's no guarantee that the answer you want's even in the results. So we see with our customers a lot of lost revenue opportunities and a lot of frustration because a customer doesn't know how to navigate a very extensive, complicated website. So just like we're doing with the employee base, we're also bringing it in a customer-facing lens with call to actions, with suggested actions as well. So taking them directly to an application form, for example, or a scheduling tool if they want. So we have a lot of different products. I just covered a couple of them today. Some things that we're working on right now that are not public on our website, we're working on AI simulation training. So actually having AI avatars that simulate the customer and letting call center agents, collections officers, loan officers actually have conversations with simulated customers before they actually deploy into the field, for example. So we're looking for design partners for new things that we're working on. We're looking for existing organizations domestically, globally, especially if you're in financial services or tangential industries who are looking for some of the solutions like what I showed today. But open to any questions. Hopefully this was a good overview of Posh.
Hi, I'm from the insurance industry. Do you have any use case there?
Yeah, so same stuff that I talked about. We're building knowledge management, customer help center, AI simulation for training. A lot of those use cases, we've designed it for industries that have GRC requirements, so governance, regulatory control requirements, and compliance requirements. Insurance is definitely part of that financial services umbrella for us.
One over there.
You have to build a database or, oh, I'm sorry.
Do you have to build a knowledge base or a database for every industry you go into, presumably, so that insurance might be different than from healthcare or something else? Do you participate in all those industries, by the way? And then what's the ramp up time to get into a new industry?
Yeah, exactly. So that's why we've gone vertical. We're just focusing on financial services for that reason. So we've done a lot of domain specific work for financial services. So for us, that's like banking, wealth management, fintech, insurance. That's kind of what we consider financial services. But from when we onboard a customer, the customer's knowledge also has to be a big part of these conversational applications. So a lot of what we've done is not just making the knowledge easy to access in a conversational tool, but also building agentic workflows on the back end to make the knowledge management easier on the organization as well.
So you
Right.
adapt to each organization you go
Yeah,
into.
exactly.
Right. Okay. Thanks.
Thank you, Karan. Thanks very much.
Thank you.